Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the BOP STOP. Thank you. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. My name is Brian Kennard. I'm the director here at the BOP STOP. It's my pleasure to welcome you all here. Just out of curiosity, how many of you are here for the first time? Any first-timers in the house? Oh, quite a few of you. Awesome. Well, excuse me. Pardon me while I die here. Let me give you a little bit of a background on the BOP STOP, and then we'll get on with the show. And great to see so many new faces. So the original BOP STOP was privately owned. It was established in the early 90s, located on East 40th in St. Clair. And then in the mid-90s, it moved to a spot on West 6th. And in the early 2000s, this fine listening room establishment was built from the ground up, specifically to be a jazz venue here in Cleveland. And it was privately owned through the rest of the decade, at which point the original owners decided to close it down and put it up for sale. But after a short time, they decided instead of selling the BOP STOP, they were going to donate this entire facility to the Music Settlement. And the Music Settlement, for those of you who don't know, is a 112-year-old community music program right here in Cleveland. It's one of the oldest community music programs in the country, with everything from early childhood programs, music lessons on ensembles, music therapy, and they just started a brand new creative aging department program several months ago. So there's really a little bit of something for everyone at the Music Settlement. You can check them out and learn more at themusicsettlement.org. And we are, of course, the fourth branch of the Music Settlement. One of the great things about being part of nonprofit and having a bar is that we get to sell you some tasty drinks while you listen to your music and while you're supporting live music in Cleveland. And all the proceeds from the bar go into the operating budget of the Music Settlement and help us to continue to bring you great programming here at the BOP STOP. So when you're purchasing a beverage tonight, you're not only drinking to support these fine musicians on stage, you're also drinking to support education and music education. So you're drinking for the kids, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. What nobler cause is there, right? So thank you for imbibing with us. And we've got Pam behind the bar tonight. Make sure you give her a round of applause and tip her well, because she works really hard, and we're grateful to have her here. So yeah, thanks for drinking with us tonight. But do so responsibly, because we want all of you newcomers to come back. Because you're going to enjoy this show so much. I promise you that you're going to want to come back. We don't have food tonight, but we did just start a brand new kitchen partnership last month with Skylar A's. They're a private chef and catering company in town. They do great work. The owner, Chef Eric Wells, is fantastic. He's great to work with, and he's put one of his chefs in charge of our kitchen. So the food's been great, but we're only running that on the weekends at the moment, so you're going to have to come back on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday in the near future and try some food with us. And we're hoping to expand that. We've got some interesting programs, hopefully a gospel brunch or two in the near future that we're excited to try out. So be on the lookout for those sorts of things, and we will keep you posted. Which, by the way, if you want to stay with us, keep on tabs with what we've got going on. I've got an email sign-up sheet at the door. Write legibly, so I can add you to the email list and let you know what we've got going on. You'll get one email a week from me, letting you know about our upcoming shows. And then, of course, if you want to donate and support the Music Settlement and the BOP STOP through there, we always are grateful for the support. And we are live streaming tonight, so we live stream a lot of our shows here at the BOP STOP. We're live streaming on our YouTube channel, so you can always hop onto the YouTube channel and subscribe there. You can also follow and like our Instagram and Facebook pages. So there's multiple ways of keeping tabs of what we've got going on here. So if you have trouble keeping tabs on what's going on, just give us a call. Let us know, and we'll point you in the right direction. So this group that you're going to hear tonight, you're in for a treat because they've been here several times. The show is always fantastic, and Brian's such an enigmatic performer and vocalist and pianist, and he's always got this fantastic trio with him. And they just put out a new album, which they have for sale right over there. So I'm sure they would love to send the music home with you. So check with them at the end of the set, and they will more than gladly hook you up with a copy for a small fee, I'm sure. So thank you all for coming out tonight, and please welcome to the stage, celebrating this brand new album release, the Bryan Eng Trio.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Rewind from Chicago to LA. More than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City. It's mighty pretty, you'll see. Amarillo, oh, Gallup, New Mexico, Flagstaff, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingston, Barstow, San Bernardino. Won't you get to this time later when you make that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. tell when you make that California trip. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Thank you, folks. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. In the still of the night, as I gaze out of my window at the moon in its flight, my thoughts all stray straight to you. In the still of the night, while the world lies in slumber, all the times without number, baby, when I say to you, do you love me just like I love you? Are you my life to be, my big dream come true? Or will this dream of mine, will it fade out of sight, just like the moon growing dim on the rim of the hill, in the chill still of the night? Just like I love you. Are you my life to be, my big dream come true? Or will this dream of mine, will it fade out of sight, just like a moon growing dim on the rim of the hill, in the chill still of the night? Thank you so much, folks. Good evening. Welcome to the BOP Stop. Thank you to Bryan for having us and for that great introduction as well. We love playing here. Like you mentioned, we've been here a couple times now already, and it's the first time we ever played in the area. We played at Blue Jazz, and And then we came here, and I just love the energy in here. It's just really right. I love how it's set up, and this is a beautiful, beautiful piano. So we always try and make the stop here when we can when we do our Midwest tours, which is what we're in the middle of right now. Yeah. I'm curious. Maybe you can tell me later. You can guess how far along the tour we are based on what people look like. No, we just came off of a couple of off days too. I think it was a big drive in today, and we're feeling that drive. But we're getting in the swing of things, and we're happy to be playing for all of y'all. The music solves everything. It really does. Before we continue, I'd like to talk a little bit about the program you're going to hear tonight. As Bryan mentioned, we're kind of accomplishing two things tonight. We're both celebrating a hero of mine, Nat King Cole, and we'll play a lot of his great hits. And then we're also celebrating the release of our new album, A Few Days With You. This is my second album, and it's my first trio album. So it is just myself, Steven, and TJ, the three of us, recorded on this. We did 10 tunes, and it just came out recently. You can stream it now, but I've got some copies as well. But before you buy it, you can get a little sample tonight. We'll be playing pieces off of it. And that first song was, of course, the great Route 66, popularized by Nat King Cole. And the one after that we played was off of this album by my favorite composer, Cole Porter. And that is called In the Still of the Night. I always forget. I'm so bad with song titles. I was just telling, so one of the tunes that we have on here that we probably won't play tonight is Bye Bye Blackbird. And they were like, we haven't played that yet. And I was like, I'm sick of that song. And I was like, I never figured out what that song is about. It's one of those songs. I probably should never admit that as a singer, but that's the truth, and I like to admit the truth. We're going to continue now with another piece off of the album. This is by great composer Irving Berlin, called Change Partners. One, two, ha, ah, ah. Must you dance every dance with the same fortunate man? You have danced with him since the music began. Won't you change partners and dance with me? Must you dance quite so close, with your lips touching his face? Can't you see I'm longing to be in his place? Won't you change our partners and dance with me? Ask him to sit this one out, and while we're alone, I'll tell the waiter to tell him he's wanted on the telephone. You've been lying in his arms ever since heaven knows when. Won't you change partners, and then you may never want to change partners again. Won't you change partners, and then you may never want to change partners again. Thank you, thank you. That's also off of the new album featuring T.J. Thompson. As I was singing that song, and I was thinking about what I had just kind of uncomfortably revealed to you right before that song, I thought of this one review. I performed that song once at this cabaret convention in New York at Jazz at Lincoln Center, and this review came out like the next day or 2 days later, and it was like, Bryan Eng's Change Partners arrives without romance. It was like, it was like, oh my God, welcome. This is what it means to be a professional now. I haven't forgotten. But it is a good point. And I was like, oh, maybe I should think about the words more when I sing. But anyway, I tried really hard. I thought about those words and how they weren't arriving and with romance and how I can best convey that. I don't know. Figuring it out. Maybe that song was a little personal. I don't know. No shade. Okay, we're gonna continue. Let's get like I said, we're bopping back and forth here. We're bopping. Hey, that's pretty cool. Bopping and stopping. We're gonna stop at some Nat King Cole now. This is a great piece called Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have blamed you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have blamed you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you on? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? How many dreams have been brought to your doorstep? They just lie there and they die there. I wonder, are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Thank you, folks. Mona Lisa. Before we get on with the show, I always like to give as much love as I can to these two guys, especially halfway through the tour. No, but for real, it is an absolute joy. These tours, we kind of all call them vacations, at least at this age. But we all pile into his tiny little Volkswagen Golf, and with the bass, and we squeeze around town, and we have a really good time. And really, there's nobody else I would rather spend so much time, if I have to, in the car with than, because we have such a good time. Even in the worst of times, we're having a good time, because they become stories, and we love stories. Already in the past few years, it's been a pleasure. I'm amazed at, like, this whole tour, as we've been accumulating some more interesting stories that have happened along the way. Like 2 days ago when Stephen left us at a grocery store, and I called him. I was like, he said, so we were checking out. We were checking out with all these groceries for a couple of days off. Stephen was like, oh, I need to grab something. Just you check out, I'll meet you. So we check out, and we're loading up a different car, somebody else's car, and they were going to meet us. And then we were waiting for Stephen outside the grocery store for literally 15 minutes go by, and I'm like, what's going on? So I call him, doesn't pick up, call him again. Finally, I'm getting a little frustrated. I walk into the grocery store, I'm like, where the heck is this guy? And there were no lines at any of the checkouts. I was like, what is going on? I call him again, he hangs up on me again, and I call him like a fourth time, and he's like, I'm on the way. I was like, on the way where? I was like, we're still at the grocery store, Stephen. And he had driven 20 minutes away from the grocery store. And I just looked at TJ, I said, I got to do my meditation. And I sat down in the Myers and did a meditation right on the bench. And thankfully, it was resolved by the time he got back. But anyway, we have tons of stories. That was probably the chillest of them all. And so that's a great introduction to these wonderful musicians. We've been playing together for a few years now, since I first lived in Chicago, and now I live in New York, so it's special when we get together and get to make some music together. From Buffalo, New York, please put your hands together for Stephen Parisi on the bass. On the drums from Chicago, Illinois, that's TJ Thompson, folks. TJ Thompson. Like I said, we're going to go back and forth. So we're going to do actually the title track of this new album called A Few Days With You. This is one that I wrote a couple years ago in my early days in New York when I had just moved there, and I was kind of lonely. And I took a trip back to Chicago to see some friends and fill up my soul and grab some deep dish pizza. And it was a well-needed, much-needed trip away from the city, especially since I first got there. I got to see some people that I love. And I went back to New York. I was like, that was a very uneventful trip, but they will be some of the most memorable days of my entire life. And sometimes that's how it is. So I wrote a song about it and ended up calling the whole album A Few Days With You. A few days with you was paradise. No need to contrive or pretend. The days didn't drag or move too fast. They were perfectly paced to the end. We didn't see castles or travel to Rome, no specialty gifts or charms. We just wandered around nostalgia town, smiling arm in arm. A few days with you was paradise. We cherished them through and through. Though they are gone, I don't long for the past. I'm still smiling from being with you. I don't know when I'll see you again as we wave last goodbyes from the cab. But a few days with you was paradise, and I'm grateful to God for that. A few days with you was paradise. We cherish them through and through. Though they're gone, I don't long for the past. I'm still smiling from being with you. I don't know when I'll see you again as we wave last goodbyes from the cab. But a few days with you was paradise, and I'm grateful. Hey girl, I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful to God for that. Thank you, folks. Thank you. That's the title of the new album, A Few Days With You. We're going to do another original composition now. This one is actually not on the new album. This is a very, very new song. In fact, it's so new that I wouldn't even say it's in its final version yet. So you're really watching the process unfold in front of you. Right before the tour started, we got together and did our quick little rehearsal like we like to do right before we start these tours. And we actually ended up running basically none of the music that we were going to do for the tour. We spent pretty much all the time working on a couple of these new songs and kind of using the genius of these two guys as they've played so many different styles of music and and just have a lot of experience as their own unique artists and individuals that contributed greatly to this new song that I wrote. We moved sections around, we changed some chords, we changed some hits, changed the arrangement, and I'm so grateful for it because it's become one of the favorite songs that we like to play now on this tour. This is a new one, unrecorded, called Shadows in the Rain. I spent too many nights alone, sitting by the telephone, wondering if you'll reach out again. I know you said it's time to part, left with Jesus in your heart, but I can't believe this friendship had to end. I put letters in a box, hid in a drawer behind my socks. I try to only read them once a year. I know you kept a few until one day you tossed them too, but I just can't seem to make mine disappear. You've gotta know when to hold on, when to fold on, know when to push your past away, know when to chase it or embrace it. No, I'm still learning every day. No, I'm still learning every day. We're coming up another year, no messages from you to hear, no more friends to ask, how have you changed? Our paths at last diverged, no more letters, no more words. Now we're just two shadows dancing in the rain. Gotta know when to hold on, when to fold on, know when to push your past away, know when to chase it or embrace it. No, I'm still learning every day. There was a summer night it poured, and you ran straight out the door to laugh and dance just barefoot in the rain. And as we danced across the land, that summer night a change began. Now I'll never look at rainy clouds the same. You've gotta know when to hold on, when to fold on, know when to push your past away, know when to chase it or embrace it. No, I'm still learning every day. You gotta know when to hold on, when to fold on, know when to push your past away, know when to chase it or embrace it. No, I'm still learning every day. No, I'm still learning every day. No, I'm still learning every day. Hey, you folks. It's called Shadows in the Rain, new piece. A little bit of a different genre, I admit. But that's kind of why I love playing with these guys in particular. Their ears are open to so many different things, so they have so much to contribute. And I'm finding they influence me a lot. So maybe that's the direction we're headed in the future. Who knows? We have a lot to figure out. We'll get back to Nat King Cole now. This is a great piece that I love to play. Also, by my favorite composer, Cole Porter. It was just one of those things, just one of those crazy flings, one of those bells that now and then rings, just one of those things. It was just one of those nights, just one of those fabulous flights, a trip to the moon on gossamer wings. Just one of those things. If we thought of it about the end of it, when we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot to cool down. So goodbye, dear and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. If we thought of it about the end of it, when we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot to cool down. So goodbye, dear and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. Thank you, folks. That's called Just One of Those Things. I always give it a little extra growl. We're going to do a piece now that satisfies actually both parts of the program. It is both a piece on our album, and it is a piece that Nat King Cole popularized. In fact, I would probably venture to guess it is his most popular song ever. And a lot of the times I get really tired of playing the most popular songs, especially at this recurring gig I play in New York at the Carlyle Hotel. And we get requests from time to time. All right, shout out New York. And, you know, they always want to hear New York, New York. And I usually give in, but man, I don't like singing that song. If you ever see me at the BOP Stop, Bryan Eng presents New York, New York, you know I sold out. You know I'm done. But this song is one that I really have loved to do every time, and I think it's because of the arrangement that we put onto it, and because of the journey of this arrangement has undertook. Over the past few years, since the first iteration of this arrangement that I brought in, it has changed a lot. and it has actually not gotten more advanced. It's only gotten simpler and simpler and simpler. And ultimately I realized, maybe we're just trying to do too much, especially with something so beautiful. So we finally got to a version that we love, and we loved it so much we put it on the new album. This is called Unforgettable. Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I'm unforgettable too. Unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I'm unforgettable too. Thank you, folks. Unforgettable, the great Nat King Cole. Jumping back to the album, we're going to do another piece that I composed that is on this album called When You're 23. I wrote this a couple years ago, so if you're good at math, there you go. When you're 23, life is held in his hands. A breeze could blow you either way. You've got a factual future, proved a promising past. Well, that's what the old people say. When you're 23, you don't want to grow up to find your way, become the rest. But your childhood's over, all memories have passed. You've been kicked out of the nest. And as you're tumbling toward these traps, see a chick falling, float into you. So you grab her hand just to slow your own fall, and you start to feel something new. When you're 23, now reluctantly grown, you try not to follow the foe, 'cause you've learned to fly with that chick floating by. You both look for the growing old. And as you're tumbling toward this trap, see your chick falling, floating to you. So you grab her hand just to slow your own fall, and you start to feel something new. When you're 23, now reluctantly grown, you try not to follow the fold, 'cause you've learned to fly with that chick floating by. You both look for the growing old. TJ Thompson on the drums. This is a blues that I wrote. This is a blues I wrote for my girlfriend. This is her favorite song that we do. I don't do it that often, but this is that song you write when you know you're just batting way out of your league. So then you got to write a song, you know. I got a little lady, but she don't need me. I got a little lady, but she don't need me. She's as happy as a clam and feeling fancy free. It's a wonder and a half that she sticks around. It's a wonder and a half that she sticks around. Somebody must have tricked her thinking I'm a special gem she's found. I once was a worried man thinking she might go. I thought she held a secret that I'd never know. I wonder what the hell she had to do with me, thinking she must be a kitty cat stuck up a tree. The people all around us were confused, I bet, thinking she must be with me until she paid a debt. Years down the line and I wised up a bit. I learned I better shut up and not question it. I'm just a lucky guy who tries to treat her well, but better not to jinx it till the wedding bells. So make sure that I dot my I's and cross the T's, 'cause I got a little lady but she don't need me. Was a worried man thinking she might go. I thought she held a secret that I'd never know. I wonder what the hell she had to do with me, thinking she must be a kitty cat stuck up a tree. The people all around us were confused, I bet, thinking she must be with me until she paid a debt. Years down the line and I wised up a bit. I learned I better shut up and not question it. I'm just a lucky guy who tries to treat her well, but better not to jinx her till the wedding bells. So make sure that I dot my I's and cross the T's, 'cause I got a little lady, but she don't need me. Thank you, folks. you know, this is an interesting performance. I'm having all of these thoughts as I'm playing. And a couple weeks, so the week before we left on this tour, my girlfriend's best friend, Mia, she came and visited us for a weekend to celebrate my girlfriend's birthday. And we were out to dinner one night. It was just the three of us. And Mia's like, you know, we're talking about our relationship. She's so happy we're together. We've been together for like almost 6 years now. And she's like, wow, Natalie, you just like, you really had the vision because you made an investment. She was like, nobody else made that. Nobody else thought to make that investment. I'm like, I was like, I think this is a compliment. She's like, no, yeah, your stock has gone up. and my girlfriend Natalie's just like, yeah, I know. I'm like, what did you know? Well, I'm glad I'm here now with all of y'all, and I'm glad I'm here, not there, wherever that was. But I thought I was doing fine. All right. I'm actually going to invite these gentlemen to get off the stage, and I'm going to do a little solo piece for y'all. I like doing these solo pieces. When I first started in New York a couple years ago, I literally went door to door, and I would try and get any place that had a piano or a keyboard, and I'd say, just let me play. I'll play. I'm just looking for a job, anything. And I had some interesting experiences there, but I came to really resent solo piano and voice, mostly because, you know, if you're playing a 3-4 hour restaurant gig on the solo piano, it gets old fast and it's boring. You have nobody to make a goofy face at you, and like I always tell my musician buddies, solo piano is a good way to feel bad about yourself really quick. It's just you and the piano and everything you are incapable of doing. But in the recent months, I've come around and I've started to, whether that's where I am in my growth or just my spiritual comfortability with the things that I'm uncomfortable with, I've started to really like it. And so I'm starting to include a little bit more of that. So this is a piece that Nat King Cole did sing along with many other wonderful singers. This is called Stardust. And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart. High up in the sky, the little stars climb, always reminding me that we're apart. You wandered down the lane and far away, leaving me a song that will not die. Love is now the stardust of yesterday, the music of the years gone by. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely nights dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you when our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration. But that was long ago. Now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside the garden walls. When stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise when roses grew, though I dream in vain. In my stardust melody, my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. Thank you, folks. That's called Stardust by the great Hoagie Carmichael. As I get these guys back up here, I'm going to introduce the next song that we're about to do. This is an, actually, I'm going to change the plans. We're going to do this song that I forgot to write down that I love to play. I've been saying Mona Lisa is my favorite song of the past year to sing. I just love singing it. I can't get enough of it. You know, when you find that song, it just feels right in your voice, and you connect to it. Believe it or not, that was Bye Bye Blackbird at one point. And that's kind of how it goes. You really love it, and then you just let go of it. And then, but this is one that I did already complete that whole cycle with, and now I'm starting to like it again, so I started playing it again. This is a great Nat King Cole version of this song from My Fair Lady called On the Street Where You Live. Down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on that street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Do you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, that towering feeling, just to know somehow you are near. It's the overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and they stare. They don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I don't care if I can be here on that street where you live. It's the overpowering feeling that any second you may suddenly appear. People stop and they stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, baby, I don't care if I can be here on that street where you live. I don't care if I can be on that street where you live. A buzzer took a monkey for a ride in the air. The monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzer tried to throw the monkey off his back, but the monkey grabbed his neck and said, "Now listen, Jack, straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Go down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use of jiving? Straighten up and fly right. Go down, Papa, don't you blow your top." The buzzer told the monkey, "You are choking me. Release your hold, I will set you free." The monkey looked the buzzard right dead in the eye. Said, "Your story's so touching, but it sounds just like a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Go down, Papa, don't you blow your top." Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Go down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Fly right. Nice. Thank you, folks. That comes from the early collection of Nat King Cole songs back in his days when he was playing in Los Angeles with his first trio. Once he moved from Chicago, which is where we all met, which is kind of a crazy coincidence. But then he went to LA, and his career really kicked off there. We're going to switch things up again. Like that early song that I introduced, we have one other one that we worked on during that rehearsal. And this is another one that is yet to be recorded, yet to really be performed many places, and yet to be finalized. As with all of these things, that's jazz, I guess. But this is not really a jazz song, I wouldn't say. This is a new piece that I wrote called It Takes Me Home. This past year has been an interesting one. Like I said, I'm not 23 anymore, I'm 25, and while much has remained the same, a few interesting discoveries have changed over the course of the past year. I've just started to realize that I return home more than I used to. When I graduated high school and went to college, I was excited to leave home. And when I was in college, I was excited to have the distance from my parents and my siblings. And then even once I graduated college and lived in Chicago for a bit, it was good and exciting. And now that I'm getting a couple years older than I was, I try and visit home once a month now back in D.C. because it's an easy trip. And the more time I spend there, the less time I resent it. I'm never tired of it. I just feel more fulfilled when I spend time with my parents, and especially my sister, who used to be my best friend when we were kids. And then, like I said, I kind of pushed things away. And I think I'm getting hopefully wiser and realizing I will never regret the time that I spend with my parents and my siblings. And I kind of wrote this song about that, about my twin sister. This is called It Takes Me Home. Good music makes me fall asleep. A lullaby I've always known. It carries me to distant past. It lays me down on ancient thrones. A time and place I've never been. A feeling that's familiar though. So I embrace good music, 'cause it always takes me home. It takes me home. It takes me home. So I embrace good music, 'cause it always takes me home. I started out in children's choir. My sister and I'd harmonize. We'd sing duets all through the day, keep on singing through the night. There never was a quiet hour through all those years before we'd grown. So I embrace good music, 'cause it always takes me home. It takes me home. It takes me home. So I embrace good music, 'cause it always takes me home. And I hope my sister hears me, that however far I roam, I only play this music to remember you're my home. I hope my children hear me too, for when you feel alone, you're always just a song away from coming right back home. So I embrace good music 'cause it always takes me home. It takes me home. So I embrace good music 'cause it always takes me home. Stephen Parisi on the bass. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of y'all for coming on this musical journey with us. Whenever I do these shows, I think a lot of people talk about how comfortable I am on stage sometimes, maybe to a fault. But the truth is that the secret, for me, is really just, this is all for y'all. And thank you for coming on this journey. The music and whatever I say on the mic, it's all a reflection of who I am and who these two guys are too. That's the importance of playing with the same group over time, is we get to know each other and we get to go different places and translate through the music and through our experiences just kind of where we're at as three young men trying to figure out this life and being musicians in it as well. And maybe we'll figure it out someday in that Volkswagen Golf. I feel like that's the place it'll probably have to happen. You know? I don't know what we'll figure out, but we'll figure it out in there. We're going to take you home with a couple pieces now. One is a Nat King Cole piece. The other one is a very popular piece, one that is featured on their new album, A Few Days With You. This is one that we recorded, and if you listen to the version that we have on our album, on Spotify or whatever, it is an interesting version of the song, probably one you have never heard, a version of this kind, and one that you will probably never hear again, because I let that song be the most spontaneous version of who we were that day at that moment. And every time we perform it, it is completely different because it is the spontaneous version of who we are, trying to get out whatever we got to get out, or hold in whatever we want to hold in. And this is a great piece called It Had to Be You. It had to be you, a wonderful you. I wandered around, finally found somebody who could make me feel true, could make me feel blue, could even feel glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen, they might never be mean, they might never be across, try to be bars, they really know. For nobody else gave me that thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, a wonderful you. It had to be you, a wonderful you. It had to be you, a wonderful you. It had to be you. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you for coming out on your Wednesday evening, spending your money, your free time with us. I really don't take it lightly. It means a lot. It will always mean a lot to me. Thank you. One more time, TJ Thompson on the drums. That's Stephen Parisi on the bass. Tomorrow we head to Niagara Jazz Festival. Niagara. So if you got friends, Canadian friends over there, send them our way. It's hard to speak over all that noise. Just kidding. We appreciate you. We're going to take you home with one last song. If you like what you heard, I'm going to be chilling over here. So are these guys. We'd love to sell you a CD, sign it, whatever you'd like. Say hi. Definitely join the newsletter, email newsletter. You can do that on my website, Instagram. But nothing else left to say. We appreciate you. Love to Nat King Cole. This is called L.O.V. L. It's for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E, it's even more than anyone that you would look in love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. A two in love can make it take my heart, and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L, it's for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E, it's even more than anyone that you adore. It's all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it take my heart, and please don't break it, love. It was made for me and you. Love is more that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two-way love can make it. Take my hand, please don't break it. Love was meant for me, and love was meant for me, and love was meant for me and you. TJ Thompson, Stephen Parisi, we're the Bryan Eng Trio. Thank you so much for making time for us. Thank you to the BOP Stop. We'll see you next time.